and welcome. This week in Cover Story we have the irrepressible Amar Singh taking on all his powerful friends turned foes. From Anil Ambani to Amitabh Bachchan to of course Mulayam Singh Yadav. Take a look, because one thing we can safely say about Amar Singh: he is never boring. Welcome to News-X, Mr. Amar Singh. My first question, seeing all that is happening in Uttar Pradesh, aren't you glad you're not with the Samajwadi Party anymore?
Well, I won't say that. I've given my blood and sweat in building this party. If I say that unceremoniously, the way Mulayam Singh got rid of me, with no ground, with no allegation, he is yet to prove anything against me. Simply suffering from the fear psychosis that I cover more space in media, I am gradually becoming more popular. The credit of nuclear deal has come to me and not to him. And confiscating of conspiratorial elements, including someone as close to me as Jaya Bachchan, resulted into my expulsion.
But first, your expulsion we'll talk later. First about the current event, this Durga Nag.
So very precisely I'll tell you. I feel more disgusted, dismayed, disheartened to see the total fall and deterioration in Samajwadi Party, and particularly I'm pained to see that Akhilesh Yadav is finished. There is no hope for his revival ever again. He has proved to be an absolute failure, and chances of his removal is very, very remote. And surprisingly, Shivpal Yadav seems brighter than Akhilesh in today's circumstances.
It's interesting that you should say that, because Shivpal Yadav has been carrying such a campaign against you, I remember.
No, it was never Shivpal Yadav, it was Ram Gopal Yadav.
And Akhilesh?
No, Akhilesh never really campaigned against me. He just became a meek, humble and mute supporter of Ram Gopal.
I see.
He never spoke ever against me.
So he was a puppet. Do you see Akhilesh as being a puppet of Ram Gopal?
This is a very hard word to call him a puppet.
What will you call him?
I will call him a blind supporter of Ram Gopal, as in the war of Mahabharata. In spite of knowing Duryodhan Dusasan's misdeed, because of indebtedness, Karna became an ardent supporter of Duryodhan and Dusasan because he was obliged.
How do you see his handling of the present case, this Durga Shakti Nagpal? You think this is a big mistake?
I think that if given opportunity to him to do whatever he wants, if he is allowed to create his own team, I am not saying it will be very brilliant, but it will be nonetheless better than what it is. Secretary is posted in his secretariat like Madam Anita Singh. It is very obvious that she is confident of his father. The security guard roaming around, it is very obvious that she is confident of his father. The security guard roaming around Akhilesh like a shadow, Shiv Kumar, is also a very close confidant of his father, as if he is not securing Akhilesh, he is spying him all the time that what he does and where is he going. I will simply say that Akhilesh is sitting on chair, that's all. All the major decisions, I am for sure that Madam Anita Singh will get it verified from father. And if Akhilesh will say that why it is happening, she will bluntly tell him, ask your father. So to work under such contradictions, it's just not possible.
Now there's no one to play that role of political deafness.
Well, it will be pompous on my part to say that I was a creamy layer on the cake, and I used to camouflage the ugliness beneath that cake.
So you've been abusing the Congress when you were with Samajwadi Party, Sonia Gandhi. Now you have become one of the staunchest allies, even though you're not in the.
No, I have never abused.
Well, criticized.
So abuse is very hard word. I have never
Attack. You've been a very strong attacker of the Congress.
Of course, I was in Samajwadi Party, and I have never used the kind of words Naresh Agarwal uses, that the letters written by Sonia Gandhi should be thrown in dustbin. My words might have been very aggressive, and I regret that. I have also matured. Why for Sonia Gandhi? Even for Akhilesh, right now I have not used harsh words. I am very careful in choosing adjectives.
You surprised me actually. I thought you would be.
Even for Mulayam Singh, I don't use such words, because you never know what is stored in public life for you tomorrow. So I will never join Samajwadi Party, but I may have to do some business with Samajwadi Party as it's a secular party. So the level of opposition should be confined to an extent where if I talk to Mulayam Singh, I am not embarrassed and ashamed. But this is not the culture of Samajwadi Party. I remember an old Hindi song where the hero is asking heroine, "Bol Radha, bol Sangam hoga ki nahi?" And throughout the song, the heroine is saying, "Nahi, nahi, kabhi nahi." And ultimately she says, surrenders, "Arey jao na, kyun satate ho? Hoga, hoga, hoga." That aptly describes the SP Congress situation. Mulayam Singh keeps saying, "No, never, not possible." And when the climax comes, for instance in food security bill, he says, "Oh come on, don't bother me. Yes, 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 I will support food security bill." So even in Pranab Mukherjee election he has done that.
Right.
The conference with Mamata Banerjee, hobnobbing with leftists, and subsequently voting Pranabda. And when I was with Samajwadi Party, there used to be one maybe reasonable, unreasonable stand. But that stand used to be uninhabitable. That stand was consistent. Mulayam Singh told me that under any circumstances, I will not support Sonia Gandhi. In spite of the fact that at Jaya Jaitly's place, Advani and George Fernandez, they convinced Mulayam Singh not to support Sonia Gandhi, and he gave them their word. And today Mulayam Singh ji has come out with a story of Shankar Dayal Sharma being told about demolition of Babri Mosque.
Right.
But he is very conveniently not mentioning about this very particular historical meeting, where after the fall of Atalji's government by one vote, the subsequent direction in which Sonia Gandhi's leadership was being established, Advaniji wrote a book, My Country, My Life. In his book, he has documented about this meeting, how he thwarted the attempt of Sonia Gandhi ji grabbing the power. Jaya Jaitly's house, Mulayam Singh ji, Advani ji, and George Fernandez Saab's presence. There it all culminated in the absence of Mr. Amar Singh.
But Mulayam Singh today still doesn't admit that he is the one who caused Sonia Gandhi's. It was the most embarrassing moment for her. She went and said 272 and then Samajwadi Party backed out.
Well, I don't think so, because I candidly remember that there was a people front and all of us used to meet regularly at this place. And in that place it was decided that Mr. Narayanan will be supported as presidential candidate. And we even went with delegation, and I still remember Narayanan said that if only I will give my nod to contest, if Samajwadi Party will say yes. We firmly said yes. And convener of that front, Mulayam Singh Yadav, we met in PM House along with Atal Bihari Vajpayee, late Pramod Mahajan and Advani ji. And Mulayam Singh ji did say that some Muslims should have been made president of India. They said there is no patriotic Muslim. He said, what about Kalam? And thereafter they selected Kalam because they wanted to teach a lesson to Chandrababu Naidu because of his old proximity with Vice President Krishnakant, because he was governor of Andhra Pradesh for quite some time. So he developed a rapport and bonhomie with Krishnakant, and he wanted Krishnakant to become president. And given Krishnakant's past Congress background, even he was informally, officially communicated by Congress that if everyone agrees, they will have no objection.
So he
so
could
poor
put the
Krishnakant
consensus.
could not survive that disappointment. Instantly after that, I am not saying that he died because of this, but he was very unhappy man that he got confirmation that he is likely to become president from all quarters. But when Mulayam Singh ji threw Kalam's name and it was accepted, then all of a sudden he became a turncoat.
Mr. Singh, you were once known as a man who had many great friends. You know, there was this famous trinity of Amitabh Bachchan, Anil Ambani and Amar Singh. Three of you used to holiday together. You were never one without the other. But now you are known as a man who has lost many great friends. I can add Sahara Shri to this list, Mulayam Singh to this list. What went wrong, so wrong?
No, so far as Sahara Shri is concerned, he is a Lucknow-based tycoon. He was equally close to Akhilesh Das, the mayor. He used Akhilesh Das to send a nasty letter to Sonia Gandhi that you are a foreigner, so your becoming Prime Minister of the country will be disastrous from the country.
This was in 2004.
For the country. I am an ardent disciple of Bharat Mata. So Bharat Mata is inspiring me to send this letter to you and to advise you that you don't ever try to become Prime Minister of this country. And Akhilesh Das was the courier of that letter to...
That time he was in the Congress.
And he was greatly influenced by Nazma Heptullah ji while he did this job. He asked me, I said, you are not a politician like Sharad Pawar or Amar Singh or Mulayam Singh, and you are in chit fund money collection business which is very vulnerable. You should not really do that. And to be fair to Sahara Shri, he always said that you told me not to do that, but I did. He was also, he is also very, very extremely close to Rajnath Singh. For Subrata Roy, I can say that public property is everybody's property and everybody's property is nobody's property. If there is a question of legality that in a house you cannot use anybody else's car for security reason. The Mercedes being used by Naresh Agarwal belongs to Sahara. I am with abundant caution, I have heard so reliably, he might have converted this Mercedes in his name, but if the Mercedes is registered in the name of Sahara and Naresh Agarwal is going in that Mercedes declaring as his own, so post-parliament attack is a criminality. So Naresh Agarwal is very close, Rajiv Shukla is very close in the garb of cricket. So that identification with Sahara Shri was never there.
But Sahara Shri just attacked Rajiv Shukla very publicly for breach of contract.
It is very latest. Why did he attack? He thought Rajiv Shukla because of his son-in-law Vijit as someone belonging to his club, and when he felt let down and cheated because of the monetary issues involved with BCCI, he attacked. He is made like that. He attacks government and SEBI. His life's golden word and philosophy is my way, otherwise highway. And even if he will not like this interview, he will publish a big ad tomorrow in all the newspapers. That is his style. And the old habit never dies. So this is Sahara Shri, and so far as Anil Ambani is concerned, yes, he was very close. But when I was arrested in Cast for Vote, every Wednesday he used to come to have dinner with me, and he used to play with...
Tihar jail?
Huh?
He used to come to Tihar jail or before?
No, not Tihar jail, before.
Before the arrest?
For ages he used to come to Delhi only to have dinner with me.
Every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday. He used to play with my children, call them princess. But when I was in jail, there was no Anil Ambani. When I needed some friend to furnish bail bond for 2 crore, by the way, I am the only person who has paid this amount in the history of criminality in India. Even 2G scamsters, alleged scamsters, they have paid 2 lakh rupees.
A Raja and Kanimoji.
Everybody, A Raja and Kanimoji, they are political people. Even Gautam Doshi and Ambani's head honkos, they have paid 2 lakh rupees. And in cash for vote, barring me, others have paid 2 lakhs rupees. I have paid an amount of 2 crore 50 lakh. And 2 crore 50 lakh, there was no Sahara, there was no Bachchan, there was no Anil Ambani, and there was no men, only 2 small little girls and 1 domesticated lady who does not know way of the world. So life is a big teacher. And an innocuous fellow whom I have hardly helped, he came with his property paper. Ravina Tandon, the well-known actor, her own uncle Sammin Tandon stood along with his wife, and he paid that amount of 2 crore 50 lakh. His properties paper, he is stuck with those bonds. But these so-called high and mighty, including Mr. Bachchan, for whose rainy days I am known to have stood for, he himself has said in an interview, I don't want to be arrogantly pompous, that had there not been Amar Singh's existence in my life, I would have ended up driving taxi on Bombay Road. But this realization is for good PR exercise and to show that, look, how grateful I am. That because whole country knows what I did for Bachchans.
So what went wrong with Amitabh? Some people say that you and he had a fight in Anil Ambani's house where he shouted at you.
But what went wrong with Amitabh and Gandhi family?
What went wrong?
I don't know. What went wrong with Amitabh and Nadia Dwala? What went wrong with Amitabh and Amjad Khan? What went wrong with Amitabh and Mahmood's family, who gave him shelter when he was struggling? What went wrong with Manmohan Desai and Prakash Mehra, who constantly made movies with him?
But ये वाली दोस्ती कैसे टूटी?
I think his self-centered man, very pragmatic man, he is in a relation. What went wrong between Shatrughan Sinha and Amitabh? They were so close, both are caste, that they shared same secretary, Pawan Kumar. He became a star from Janjeer. Even Salim Khan and Javed, they wrote scripts for him. Even Salim Khan is very, very bitter about Amitabh. So I am yet to know somebody who has been close to Amitabh or who has been of any use to him. They are with him. Even Jaya Bachchan once told that our presence in Amar Singh's life give Amar Singh lot of mileage. Thank God, Jaya Bachchan. Without you, Priya is interviewing me, knowing it fully well that you are no longer there in my life to give me mileage, but still I am being interviewed. So this, I think that they will have to do introspection, that everybody in their life.
But then see, Amitabh is still with Anil Ambani. They both have not left each other. Only you are the one who's been left behind.
Birds of the same feather flock together. Because Anil
Ambani is also not very good with keeping loyalty, is he?
Well, even in my house, even today, I have not removed photograph of Dhirubhai Ambani. He was a very controversial person. But there was one good trait in him. He was a good friend and bad enemy. Very bad enemy, but very good, extremely good friend. And ever since I became close to him, today Dhirubhai Ambani is of no use to me. He is not living. But his photograph in my house is still intact.
What made you close? You know, usually when we know with the Ambanis, there's the Mukesh Ambani camp and the Anil Ambani.
Today Dhirubhai Ambani is of no use to me. He is not living. But his photograph in my house is still intact.
What made you close? You know, usually when we know with the Ambanis, there's the Mukesh Ambani camp and the Anil Ambani camp. How come you were with Anil Ambani and not Mukesh Ambani?
I was actually close to Dhirubhai.
Okay.
I was not close to Anil or Mukesh. And there was a tragic incident. Nayan, the brother of Tina, expired, and she was in absolute shock. and she was not coming out of that, only brother. I consoled her and said that you will never ever feel the absence of brother in your life. I can't say that this loss is repairable, but accept me as a replacement of your brother. I will always be there with you. So because of that special emotional cord I had with Tina, and to be fair to Tina, she was very constant all through. She never left contact with me, in spite of what all Anil has done.
She's still in touch with you?
She is still in touch with me.
Unlike Jaya Bachchan.
She is a very self-opinionated person, and I still remember when in cast for vote, she was thrown out. She said, I don't care what my husband says, what my daughters and son and son-in-law are going to say. I'm not going to leave Rajya Sabha seat. And when again I was expelled, Mr. Bachchan told me, can't you do something? Because for Jaya Bachchan, this Rajya Sabha seat is like a jewelry. She can't do without it. So the Bachchan tag and the feeling that I'm the first lady of Indian cinema, and the inbuilt arrogance and that complex. For instance, when Black happened in Amit's life and everyone was praising, her instant reaction was, what big deal. Long time back in Kosis I have done the same thing and in a better way. She did, but she remembers of her achievement, and she is very cryptic, conservative and miser in accepting somebody else's achievement. That is why it is very difficult to interact with her. She is always bitter and frustrated, and the complex of superiority looms large on her person.
But do you blame her? Do you think it is for the breakup with Amitabh? Did she play a large role in it, or was it something else altogether?
I am not bitter. I am not unhappy. I think that in my 20 years of relationship with Bachchans, Ambanis and Amitabh Bachchan, they are not wrong. I am wrong.
This is a new humble Amar Singh I'm seeing.
No. It's not humility. If you help a friend once, it is God's virtue. If you help a friend second time, you are obliging. And if you keep helping a friend, that means they are wise and you are foolish. So they are all wise people and I am a foolish man. So I have become wiser now. I cease to be foolish any longer. And I salute their wisdom. And I should have realized, if the bonhomie between brothers did not continue, I should have realized if Amitabh Bachchan's relationship, which is 4 generation old relationship with Gandhi's, has soared, then I should have taken a lesson out of these incidents in life. But you know, we are human. We don't understand, we don't learn unless we are hit ourselves. And I was in great trauma. I felt very bad. But I think I regret now that I gave time which I should have given to my daughters Dishti and Disha, to my wife Pankhaja. And let me tell you, right from day one, my wife always told that the kind of rapport and relationship you are sharing with Bachchans, Ambanis, is not natural, because they are not your real blood, and the way they are behaving is not natural, and one day you will pay very heavy price. So I always used to go to Bombay and stayed with Bachchans. Even during Aishwarya's and Abhishek's wedding, my wife went. In 20 years of my relationship, she never stayed with them. She never stayed with Ambanis, because she has got her own strong conviction that this is artificial. And even during that wedding, where my name as family member was printed in the card, she was dutifully present on all rituals, but she refused to stay with Bachchans. And I think she is a happier person, because she was always knowing that this is all falsehood, and there is nothing as such called muh bola bhai. You know, his own brother Bunty is no longer with him, which is real brother. Anil's own real brother Mukesh, in spite of all this tower talk, business talk, that tower talk and business talk has happened even with Sunil Mittal. That does not mean Sunil Mittal and Mukesh, they are great buddies. And I think that this state of business people is very well learned by Mayawati, and he treats them like a squeezable lemon. Unfortunately, I am not made of that ill, and that is strong built up. So I failed to do so. So all these people are good people, nice people, focused to their agenda. Anil for money making, Amitabh for resolving his crisis. So he is committed and focused to his career. Wherever he will get opportunity, wherever he can make a satyagraha or black, he will go, and others really does not matter to him. Wherever Anil Ambani will get moolah and money for the sake of the growth of his empire, he will go there. Today it is Chidambaram. Tomorrow it may be because he went to vibrant Gujarat and said, Narendra Modi, Mr. Narendra Modi, I see reflection of Bapu in you. So they may say anything for anyone, they may do anything for. I think that all these people who are self-centered, focused to their goal, they belong to one party only, that is OPIM, Opportunist Party of India most. So why to blame them? I am to be blamed for not having realized, and you, because they are prominent people seen around me, so you think that I am left. But by and large, news people, friends like you are also a friend, and common men whom I have helped, they are with me. And the big man syndrome is that if you invite them for dinner at your place, they will oblige you look, I am such a big man, I have honored you by coming to your dinner, and after eating your food, they will not appreciate. In the sweet dish, sugar was more, it is good, not good for diabetes, and in your other dishes, salt was more. I fear blood pressure will haunt me. So you should be prepared to deal with their bigness. They will never be. They will never come down from their ivory towers. And very recently, the Whisper people, they are also thrown out. So, a trait of big people, that as long as you are serving me, you are mine. And the psyche is very, life is a big teacher. The big people, so-called big people, whether it is Ambani, Bachchan, it has taught me one lesson, that if you are serving them, if you are being useful them, they think that by giving you opportunity to serve them, they are obliging you because you are getting mileage and footage.
Thank you so much. That was very insightful lessons from the rise and fall of Amar Singh. But knowing Amar Singh, I think we are waiting for the next sequel to come. I'm sure this is not the last word. Thank you so much for talking to us. Well, that was a very interesting saga of friendship and betrayal amongst the country's most powerful. That is all for this week. Thank you for watching Cover Story, and see you again next week.